Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I recently left a toxic job, and I learned the hard way, and I just learned today there's an adage for it. Oftentimes the reward for good work is more work. And I actually experienced that. That's part of the reason. That was the last straw for why I left the job, actually. When I started, I was eager to really kick the ball out of the field, and I often kept my phone near me just in case anything would come. The truth is that I really made a bad investment in that, because oftentimes all the wonkiness was really killing me more than anything, rather than helping me work. Okay, I was working at a tutoring center, and one day outside of my normal hours, I think I had a shift from 3 to 8 or 9. One time I get a phone call, it's like 1:05. I get a phone call that my colleague is having difficulty with the student on hand. Asked how far away I was and if I could go there. Now looking back at it, he wasn't even very nice about it. I was risking my life to drive there, and there was very little appreciation of it. When I got there, it was just like I showed up to a normal shift. And I thought, okay, it's a one-off event. Maybe next time I'll need a favor. After all, eventually I'm going to need a favor, right? Things happen, right? So I didn't think very much of it. Now what's really upsetting is that the student leaves at 2, and then I have nothing to do from 2 to 3. The center is like in a weird part of, not that they're in a bad part of town, but they're in a part of town where I have no business being in, and they don't even have a good break room to have lunch or anything. So it's just a huge waste of time. I mean, yes, I love writing computer games, but not when it's a 1-hour gap where I can't even get my thoughts started, right? And so that was that. Now, on the way out the door, my boss actually said how much the student liked working with me, and the following week, he scheduled me for that student twice a week in the same wonky hour, and with the same lack of appreciation. And when I brought this up to my boss, he said, well, the student really loves working with you. And had I just not picked up the phone, or if I picked up the phone and said, why don't you do your best? So, or maybe after that day, when my boss was saying how much he appreciated that, I could have said, this is a one-off event. This time really doesn't work well with me, or something like that. I think part of the problem was the lack of respect. My boss is old-fashioned, doesn't know about writing computer games, doesn't know about having a romantic relationship with oneself. I think that was the problem. He outsourced that in his mind, right? These people need to take care of their family. They have actual things that I could connect to, right? You're just a number, right? In his mind, he probably did that to some extent. He would never admit it, obviously. And obviously that goes against the company culture. So I'm really nervous. Next time I hear somebody who wants a favor, I want to be able to store up that energy in some way so that I could get a return favor, right? That's going to be something that I have to work on. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.